You are in the Zionist capital of the United States, and Jen is in the retirement Zionist capital of the United States, but one and the same between New York City and Miami Beach. And so for anybody who's been in a position like you've been in, where you've had to not only speak up and speak out against the tragedy that is going on right now, but it probably has cost you friendships, relationships, as it did for Jen, as it does for a lot of people. And so when everyone is wondering, is everybody okay right now? The fact is that a lot of people are not okay. And that's what this clip is all about.
Yeah.
I'm not okay.
I'm not okay.
I'm not okay.
I'm not okay. I'm not okay. People look at me
and ask how I am.
I don't know what to say.
I'm not okay.
I'm torn into pieces.
I'm not the person I used to be.
I don't know if I will ever recover this trauma.
I'm not okay.
I'm witnessing this endless genocide.
I go to rallies and chant and scream.
Please stop genocide.
Please cease fire.
Please free Palestine.
Please do something.
I am not okay, for goodness sake. I remember my dead friend Ali. He died 9 years ago. I still cry when I remember him.
I still cry.
I always cry when I remember him.
He was a beautiful soul.
His best friend Firas asks my friend about me.
I'm not okay. I think of all the beautiful souls lost in Palestine.
How many of them are missed?
Many people left behind, missing them and longing for them.
This isn't right.
This isn't normal.
This isn't fair. This is killing me.
I'm not okay.
Please do something about it.
Please do something. And do it now.
Soon is too late.
This can't wait.
My sanity isn't going to last for long.
I am not okay.
If you don't do it for them,
Do something for me. Yes, me.
I'm standing here.
And I'm telling you this.
For the love of God, I'm not okay. I am not okay.
I'm not okay.
I'm not okay.
I'm not okay.
I need a little bit
I'm
better.
not okay.
I'm not okay.
I'm not okay.
I'm not
okay.
okay.
I'm not okay.
I'm not okay.
I am not
I'm not okay. I'm not okay.
I am so not okay. Like I've been saying it just like that for like a year and a half. Like, it's just amazing that they put that. I mean, like, that's what I'm thinking, that I am so not okay. So I know that you, being a human rights lawyer and somebody of conscience, must be in on this in some capacity and contributing in some capacity. So why don't you tell me, like, what can we do? Like, who can we sue for this, Steve? Who can, how do we get accountability for this ever?
I firmly believe accountability will come with time. It's not fast enough to answer for the intense injustices that, thousands and thousands and thousands of people have suffered because of the, out of control behavior of the Netanyahu government, the madness of what they're trying to do. But I believe it will come. First of all, let me just say, as a lawyer, I'm well aware of the limitations of the law. The law simultaneously holds great promise and has severe limitations. And anyone who wants to fight for justice on behalf of marginalized peoples only through the law is probably not going to get there. There has to be multi-platform advocacy, often with a legal case as one component of many. And so I just want to say that, like, there's no magic solution through the courts to solve this problem, but there are options through the courts that can help get us to the accountability stage. Obviously, one is South Africa's genocide case before the International Court of Justice, in The Hague, that is moving closer and closer to trial. One thing that's happened from a legal standpoint, and I also think from a political standpoint, is because of the extent of Israel's atrocities, and because what experts, and not me, I'm not like an expert in genocide, but I'm a human being with legal knowledge. There's massive evidence that this is a genocide. As a matter of fact, every single expert in the world on genocide, all the top 7 genocide experts, have now concluded that this is a genocide. There's no more debate about that. Once this case gets into a trial phase, I think you're going to see evidence presented that will do even more to punish the government of Israel for what it's doing. I mean, it's already isolated itself politically in the world. But for the financial and military support of the United States government, it couldn't do this. But now you even have countries like the UK and Canada and France, which have firmly pro-Zionist governments, getting to a point where not even they can put up with it. And Donald Trump, as problematic as he is across a whole host of issues, is even losing patience with Netanyahu. So I think that, to answer your question, I'm going on here, but the law can help a lot. I think the genocide law, which was created after World War II, largely in response to the Nazi Holocaust against Jews, against us, will now, in the irony of ironies, be used, I believe, effectively, and it already is, to hold a government accountable that was created in theory to protect Jews. It's the most extraordinary development politically and legally I've ever seen in my lifetime. I mean, it's just, think about it.
Yeah.
The country that supposedly was created as a Jewish state to protect Jews in the aftermath of the Holocaust is now itself being credibly accused of genocide, and its soldiers, and all the brave citizen journalists in Gaza created through their phones a massive quantum of evidence. I don't see how Israel gets out of this. They'll do their usual dance and try to discredit the court. But ultimately, Jen, I expect that within 2 years, there will be a legal determination from the world's most prestigious international court that Israel committed genocide, and that is going to lead to a whole host of additional problems that I think ultimately could lead to at least some degree of accountability for the government and the officials in that government who are responsible for what, again, experts believe is a genocide. It's just shocking to see it happen before our eyes. But I do believe there will be legal and political accountability at some point.
I personally know there will be karmic accountability throughout this whole thing for all of us, unfortunately, which is like this immoral, like this moral wrong that we're sort of all suffering. It's like a harm, it's an injury to like, I'll never be the same. Like, I'll never be the same. And so we're all going through that. And I think that there will be an accounting in that, because the people that we will hold accountable, just ourselves, will be pariah people. Those will be people that will, they'll be like Nazis that went into hiding after World War II, because they'll just be so socially looked down upon. And unfortunately, the reality is most people are just kind of quiet. So most people, we don't know. We know that they don't agree with it. Like, we know that, but most people don't put it out there in a way that they will feel like they're going to be held accountable. And now you see all the people that were thinking that, like Pierce Morgan and all these people, now they're starting to see it's a genocide, because they're starting to see it's the winds shift.
I'm not even convinced that they didn't know that it was a genocide from jump. They just didn't see it as being politically expedient to say anything about it. And since we've seen what it's like, obviously the experience of, Jen obviously running against one of the worst Zionists in all of politics, and then of course you living in New York City, has there been any trajectory shift just amongst, people, whether on the Upper East Side or, just within the city in general? Because there is a substantial Zionist population in New York City, but I'm wondering if you've noticed any type of a shift in any way.
Well, so October 7th, 2023 happened. On October 8th, I started to post as a Jew and a human rights attorney saying, okay, this is going to go bad. I called out Israel for having an apartheid system of government, laws that favor Jews over non-Jews, which, by the way, has been confirmed by every major human rights organization in the world, including the leading Israeli human rights organization. There's just no dispute about that. And a lot of my supporters, and I don't have a job. Chevron took my law license because of my work on the Ecuador pollution case. So I'm dependent on raising money for my legal defense fund, essentially to live. Okay. And I lost support on that level, but I also gained a lot of support by speaking out from other sectors. So, some people didn't follow me. I had stress and pressure from family and friends. But, and then I found this to be true fighting Chevron, like if you just know the ground you stand on and stick with it and keep pushing, you actually, even though you lose people along the way, you gain so much more than you lose, not to mention the feeling of like understanding you're speaking truth to power, which is very satisfying to many people, certainly to me, So probably like you, Jen, I lost friends, but damn, I grew. Obviously, it's not about me. It's about thousands and thousands of Palestinians. But I'm just saying, as an American Jew raised in a Zionist family, like I grew. And I read Rashid Khalidi's book, The 100 Years War in Palestine. I read every word of that. I underlined it. I reread half I was just stunned at the extent to which the truth had been hidden from me.
All of us.
Excuse me, as I was being raised in this household.
Yeah.
So I'll say this about the genocide trial and accountability. There will be a massive Israeli and US driven campaign to block or minimize media coverage of the accountability process, as if it doesn't matter. It's very hard to find articles on what's happening in the World Court genocide case now. Like it's almost nothing about it in the major US press, even though, again, this is the most important legal case in the world since the Nuremberg trials, I'm telling you. Okay. So we, as people of conscience, have to put it out there, make sure the stuff gets covered, make sure people know about it and talk about it constantly. Because I promise you, you're not going to find it on CNN, MSNBC, or in the New York Times, other than here and there in a marginal way.